In this 21st century of education, teachers are stepping away from traditional methods of instruction in order to scaffold understanding among their students. Although I am only in my third year of teaching, I've already seen how my philosophy of teaching has changed. For instance, I believe learning happens when teachers provide learning opportunities for their students. In today's century of learning, I believe teachers should assume the role of facilitator among students. In many school settings, learning is transitioning from being a traditional lecture based class to a thriving student led class. And instead of always counting on the teacher to lead instruction, I believe that the teacher should serve as a facilitator of learning among the students. Similar to how I believe that the teacher should not be constantly providing whole group lecture instruction, the article we read mentioned how vital it is for instructional design to stray away from providing learners with a set of procedures. When students are pinned to this kind of instructional design, it, quote, removes creativity from much of the process and isolates the engaging aspects of the work in the early stages. I have found that this type of thought is portrayed in our LGT class this semester. Instead of having a set in stone for each of us, we all have created different learning pathways to follow to our specific success. In today's current field of instructional design, each project is unable to advance because the manufacturer is simply producing the design of the engineer. I can relate to the ineffectiveness of this process in my teaching. If I were to expect my students to repeat my teaching verbatim, very little learning would exist. Instead, when my students have the flexibility and freedom to take my teaching and make it their own, a higher level of understanding definitely occurs in the classroom. I agree with the article that the overall instructional design process must take into account the beliefs of all learners. Just as success occurs in the classroom, successful instructional design occurs when people take an initiative. Success cannot be achieved by following a set of steps. Instead, it will be discovered when learners learn to work together to collaborate on a common goal with their own set of steps in mind.